Greetings, everyone. My name is Geno Garon, but you can call me Red, and I've agreed to narrate this Celebrity Brain project. I've voice acted for several years now, and my resume includes being one of the main vocal talents for the online anime parody series Ichigo is on Crack.
Main characters don't voice their lines inside the bathroom.
Misa, for the last time, that wasn't my fault.
Hey everyone, I'm Misa, and I will help Red through this narration so he doesn't end up embarrassing himself.
Oh, come on. Name the last time I embarrassed myself.
The time I caught you watching Hello Kitty.
I was babysitting my little niece. Shut up. You're annoying. Okay. Now for the exploration of our celebrity's brain. We'll be looking at one of the most sadistic, disturbed, and controversial persons within history. However, most of us will know him as a motherfucking shitbird. Who is this guy? Why, it's...
Just say it, Red.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf was born on Austrian soil on April 20th, 1889. He was the party leader for the German socialist workers group called the Nazi Political Party. His actions are what he's most famous for during the present time. He was the individual that started the genocide of millions of people now known today as the Holocaust. Hitler, during that time, was the third president of Germany while World War II raged on.
Many people today know Hitler to be a madman, a barbaric animal, an issued mass murderer. To me, however, he's one crazy son of a...
Red!
Sandwich. What? I didn't say anything, Misa. Chill out. Sheesh. Mr. Sandbitch is also known as the promoter of the infamous Holocaust that killed off approximately 11 to 14 billion Jews. We have come to one simple explanation for the cause of this tragedy. He was a radical masochist.
What?
You see, Hitler was one of those few individuals who are so f***ed up that they receive pleasure from killing other people. This is caused by a syndrome known as the reward deficient syndrome, where his hypothalamus is unable to produce the natural opiates of endorphins that cause euphoric feelings within the human body.
Red, are you on drugs? Remember the last time you tried drugs and accidentally injected yourself with syphilis, thinking it was morphine?
That never happened.
You're corrupting the minds of the youth. Just shut up for now. I'll continue from here. Hitler was a very disturbed individual. Apparently he had no moral conflictions with the mass killing of innocents. It is rare nowadays for people to not have a conscience.
You're so right, Misa. People nowadays do have a moral conscience. You just keep telling yourself that.
The reason as to why he permitted the genocide of millions of people was because of the severe damage to his frontal lobe region of the brain. Of course, you know that the frontal lobe is where inhibitions are processed to prevent you from doing something stupid. Even though Red is incapable of processing moral actions with or without his frontal lobe.
Blow me.
Hitler was an interesting person, however.
Hitler was as interesting as handicapped porn. Seriously, Misa, my pet salami is more interesting than this dude.
You're more interesting than him, Red.
Hitler hated the Jewish people for one reason. He blames them for his rejection to art school. This is called an illusory correlation, meaning he correlated Jews being evil because he himself was incapable of creativity. This is an issue caused by the right hemisphere of the brain. The hemispheres of the brain are separated by the corpus callosum, which is a thin fiber that separates the left and right sections of the human brain. The right side is most responsible for creativity, intuition, and other stuff like that. With Hitler's case, it seems he was born with miniature fiber-eating monkeys that infested his right hemisphere and caused slight mental retardation when it came to creativity. I have also come up with an explanation for Hitler's signature Heil Hitler salute.
Why are there tampons on the kitchen counter?
Adolf's motor complex, located on the frontal lobe region of his brain, was heavily damaged from repetitive headbanging when he was an adolescent.
I'm going to walk up there and slap the pimp out of you.
What else? Come on, Red. Hitler was a queer and vented his anger on the other queer people of the nation and eventually Europe by sending them to the dreaded concentration camps. Eventually it was guessed that the reason Hitler was seen yelling and screaming during nearly every political speech was because of these very valid reasons. 1. After an injury at Wernicke's area during childhood, Hitler lost the ability to comprehend speech and therefore compensated by angrily yelling out complete bullshit. 2. His amygdala was the size of a penis on steroids. The steroids apparently had a negative effect on his emotional problems. 3. Hitler was emo and wanted to express his emo-ness by killing Jewish people.
You immature little creep! Why are my tampons in the kitchen? Why are they opened?
I was having a little fun with them.
You were. You were having fun with tampons. You're an idiot. I think there's something wrong with your brain. I think that the reason you're such a bumbling twit is because your cerebral cortex was dipped inside an acid. Then the remnants were sliced up like sushi and fed to a hungry crowd of hermaphrodites.
Oh yeah? Well, you're a douchebag.
Okay, everyone. This concludes today's episode of Celebrity Brain Projects. And I have some ass-kicking to do, so we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.
Oh, shit.